Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. In the last part, we conquered the Eagle's Tower and now we're actually heading straight for the next dungeon. Surprisingly at this point, well actually no, unsurprisingly, at this point we've already explored most of the world. In fact, if you take a look at the map, if you've been doing everything I've done, you've more or less seen the entire map aside from maybe a few squares in the raft game. So, you can easily deduce that, by process of elimination, the final dungeon is on the very top left of the map. Also, our rooster friend from last part is over here now. He's found a nice loving home. And now we're actually back towards, Secret Seashell number 24's location. Hey, this represents your adventures perfectly. I'll call this one Close Call. I'm too close. I should back up. Ah! And that is the last photo. He dies, more or less. And now we're back at Rooster Man's house. I should also mention, the photographer's design is actually, I think, partially based off an enemy from Earthbound. Wait, what? Somebody help! Hey, Link! Some monsters put me up here. What should I do? I'm afraid of heights. I gotcha. Yow! That was a surprise, Link. Thank you. Say, Link... I don't know how to say this, but... Yes? Oh. Moon! Huh? Terran? Never mind. I gotta go. I think this is actually... no, I'll save on that comment.
Oh, that girl sang her song in front of the egg. Her Ballad of the Windfish is a song of awakening. Did she actually intend to wake the windfish? The next siren's instrument is in the west. Play your melodies so the unliving stones might hear. Show your courage. The windfish waits for you. Woo!
I'm gonna be so glad when I don't have to do that voice anymore. And now we're back actually where we got piece of heart number 11, so if you didn't get it earlier, now is the perfect time to get it, because you're right here. And we want to head down here. Why? Well, because we can hook shot across here and do stuff. Exiting this cave actually puts us over here in Death Mountain, apparently. No, we're actually still on Mount Tamaranch. We're just west of where we were before. I think we're approximately 2 screens. Oh, hey, a treasure chest. Hey, useless money. The one thing that's not so useless, lift this rock. This is actually something I forget is here constantly. We got a staircase leading to the last ammo upgrade. This one's for the bow. Obviously, by process of elimination. Hey, kid. You woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot. But now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? Yes. Fine, let you have more arrows. Are you ready? Yes. You deserve it. Now look at all that junk you have to carry. Ha! Take care. See you again. No, he won't, because you never appear after this game. Yeah, actually, no, he doesn't. This and A Link to the Past were his only appearances. Now, we could go up there. In fact, you have to go up into that cave to progress, but I'm gonna head west first just to see what's over there. Even though we'll be on these screens anyway, so this is kind of stupid of me. Although this is a screen you can access much earlier in the game, as in, like, just past the woods, I want to say. I know, just past Tail Cave, I want to say, in terms of progression. Either one here, you're going to want to get your mirror shield out that we got from the Eagle's Tower, and use it for its only real purpose. That is the only reason, as far as I can recall, that you need the mirror shield. And even then, you don't need it. You can tank your way past it if you are quick enough. And over here, we're back up here. There's also, I think, the last telephone booth. And we also find this thing. This looks kind of familiar. Use the... Well, first off, I'm grabbing this. You don't actually have to, though. Play the Frog Song of Soul. Miniboss against Turtle Rock's face. Takes 4 shots. Nothing hard at all. In fact, it's honestly quite shockingly easy. But if I didn't accidentally just spoil the name, level 8 is Turtle Rock. The longest and most non-linear dungeon out of all of them, although we still finish at this part. Welcome to Link's Awakening, ladies and gentlemen, where every dungeon is like 20 minutes long, if even. Though this one did have a good amount of cutting in it, because we're in here for the rest of the part, so 19 minutes roughly. But up here we got Hinox again. Huh. 4 boomerangs still take him down. Not hard at all at this point, really. The only threatening encounter with Hinox was the first one. That's only because of our power, or his output. Anyway, this is a bit of a gimmick with the dungeon. There are these blocks all over the place. You push on them, and then you gain control of them, where you can actually fill in the spaces that are empty. And in each room that one of them exists, for filling up every space that you can fill in, you get a reward. Well, almost every. There's one room you can't do that in. And for coming over here, we get 50 rupees pretty easily. It's kind of just there. Although I could swear there's something here every time I play the game besides that. Oh, and hey, Rolling Bones is back from Tail Cave. He's exceptionally easy now that we have the level 2 sword. God, remember when that fight took me like 20 seconds instead of 3? Yeah, good times, good times. Like 3 weeks ago. And for killing that Vire, we got a key. Oh, yeah, that's right, Vires are back. You might remember them from the Oracle games. Well, the sprite from the Oracle games. And the Vires themselves as an enemy from Zelda 1. Also, we got this here, which is a compass. And from here, I'm actually going to play the Mambo's Mambo to get back to the entrance. You'll be playing that a couple times if you play your cards right. And I want to head back up to the room where the Vire was and head over to here. This is the only room where you can't fill in every square as far as I'm aware, by the way. Yeah, you can't. I'm looking at the arrangement. And we want to head west for this. What is over here? Well, just a handy-dandy dungeon map. Which, as we shall check momentarily, is shaped like a turtle. Who would see that coming? In Turtle Rock. Ooh. Either way, we do want to head up here and head into this staircase, which, fun little fact, next time we see this screen will be right before the end of the dungeon. And we got Potobos. Another Mario cameo. I'm really noticing a theme here. You don't think what those guys were saying about this being a dream was true, did it? Do ya? It's unlikely. They're just trying to scare us. Hey, Stone Beak! That was pretty easy. Almost unbearably easy, actually. And up here we got this guy, Smasher, again, from the Face Shrine. Yeah, a lot of mini-bosses in this area, in this dungeon. In fact, I consider this the mini-boss rush. Kind of surprising, though. Not many Zelda games do that. And I was moonwalking for a second there again. Oh, great, this. This is an interesting room. But this thing that we've seen before, there are 2 rooms like this where you have to fill in every single space in order to continue on. Thus, this gets kind of annoying because you have to figure out the right pattern. This one's not too bad, it's the one later on that really sucks. But for doing that, we get a small key. Also, there's hearts here. Also, I should mention, any of the hearts you see floating like that, they're technically more than 1 heart. Hey, there's a hidden wall there that's not marked. What is this bullshit? Although I think that's technically a cracked wall from the bottom. I forget. Well, that was sudden. There's a crystal switch here. You don't have to hit it yet. In fact, you won't have to hit it until the end, near the end of the dungeon. But just remember that this room is here. I should be cutting back here later on if my memory serves right. Hey! I hate it when they have fake chests like that. It's mean. I cry every time. weird thing is, though, there's a lot of ammunition in this area, more so than usual. And now we're back here. This is pretty much the central hub for the dungeon, because you'll be back here numerous times in order to progress to previous rooms or new rooms, so on and so forth. But as you can see, we've barely explored half the dungeon at this point. Away with you! Anyway, in here we got another one-way door and some stairs. Don't go up those stairs yet. In fact, you'll be coming down from those stairs later on. Coming up here, you can notice a couple things about this room. First off, we got some bombs, some cracked blocks, and a floor that looks like it's, that the cracked blocks is covered. That's shaped like an arrow. Keep that in mind for later. It just might be important. Call it a hunch. To defeat the monsters who hold the key, attack them from a higher place. That is a hint towards later on. Well, as most of his hints are. But it's kind of a guide dang it moment for your first playthrough because you're like, oh, let's do that. Well, that's annoying. Also, Gibdos are here. They have obnoxiously high HP, even with a level 2 sword. Though I think the boomerang still almost instant kills them, but it's been a while since I used the boomerang on them. Oh, crap, the Dongo Snakes. Ignore them. These are the guys that Owl Statue was talking about. If you kill them, you get a key in a chest, but it shows up on the ledge up there, so you'll want to actually come back here from that staircase, rather. So we'll be doing that eventually. That was just me not paying attention to what I had equipped, because I remember I was looking at my phone at that point. Not my best decision to be looking at a phone when recording the final dungeon, but, yeah, well. Also, a lot of the room, yeah, in case you haven't noticed, like I said before, there is a lot of ammunition in this place. I don't know why. I guess because it's the hardest dungeon. But there's a lot of sparse ammunition, and hello, Goombas. An odd place for this, I have to say. Either way, fairly simple thing. Just hook shot over the lava. Whoa! Just watch out for the potobos. Gotta say, though, I really like the music here. Obviously, and we're back here, so what I think I'm going to do now is head back up there and bomb the wall that I was hinting towards earlier. Either way, yeah, as I mentioned, you can bomb the wall to the left. How are you supposed to know that? If you look carefully at the floor pattern, the different colored floors indicate an arrow shape, which you're supposed to find out even more about just by bombing the other blocks. Not the best puzzle decision in terms of hiding things, because they did that earlier in the game, back in the Key Cavern even. But it's there, you finish it quick, it's nothing too harmful. Thankfully. Because otherwise, it would be annoying. Also, keep in mind this room for later on, because I'll be cutting back here too. Not in that specific order, though. Anyway, I'm going to be lighting up the torches in here just so you can see what exactly I'm about to do. If you look on the left wall, there is a full we can... My grammar almost just took a massive shit. We can bomb a hole in the wall. And from here, we're going to want to fall into the lava accidentally. That's me just not paying attention yet again. And this is a bit of a unique moment in the game. If the statue looks strange, shoot it with the bow. More or less, see the Cyclops statue there? Shoot it in the face. This is the only time in the game we have to do that, so I find it kind of odd they just randomly throw that in here. Oh well. Either way, down here there's some ammo if you need it. We'll be actually back in that room later on to actually, move through it, but for now we just want to head west. Push some blocks around. Huh. Some boxes around and get a small key! At some point, I have to wonder when Link is going to learn just to use some small keys without breaking them. Because that's supposedly what happens. You use the key, but you break it in the lock. Or it gets lost in the lock, or something. There's some arbitrary excuse for how you can only use every key once. Maybe as an upgrade in Zelda Wii U? Please? I'm really looking forward to Zelda Wii U, even though we've barely gotten anything on it since that initial trailer. like, what, a year ago, 2 years ago now? I'm still really looking forward to it, but then again, I'm just a shameless Zelda fan. And could it be? We're back outside with Piece of Heart number 12! We have now collected every collectible in the game! Except the shovel, technically, but either you have the shovel or you have the boomerang. That's one thing I actually forgot to mention. When you got the boomerang, you can actually trade it in a couple of things, but the shovel is the only one you never really need to use again. Also, over here is warp point number 4, so I'm going to use it and then get my way back here off screen. And here's the second entrance to the Tail Cave. Yeah, weirdly enough, there's 2 entrances. But we're right back here with the Dodongo snakes. Can you tell what we have to do here? Like that owl statue said, kill them from above. This can be really annoying if you don't know that as long as they're on the very edge, like they are right now, like the one I just bombed is right now, you can actually throw it into their face because that's the first time it makes contact with the ground. Weird little trick you can do there. Also, as long as they're down there in the bottom right, where the ledge kind of makes an inlet to the right, you can always get them there because it'll fall right onto them. And for beating them, you get a fairy and another small key. And with this, I think I'm actually going to play Mambo's Mambo again to get back to the entrance. Yes, I am, because now I'm back here. And now we want to head to the right. By the way, the crystal switch that I mentioned is to the right as I show off right now. And now we finally want to hit the damn thing. And with that, now we're back here. Yeah, I told you I was going to cut around a decent chunk. There's about maybe 4 or 5 minutes of backtracking cut out of this part. So it could have been much longer. And we want a hookshot down to here. And over here we got another fairly basic platforming puzzle. Kind of odd to see these in a Zelda game. Then again, this wasn't the first game, Zelda game to have platforming challenges. That was Zelda 2. But at least they relegate them to side-scrolling sections like this for the most part. I should play Zelda 2 again for myself. I really actually like that game. Either way, we want to head south and... Blano? Yes, people who have played Zelda Ocarina of Ages, Oracle of Ages, and Oracle of Seasons will recognize this man as Blano, the boxer who stole Ricky's gloves in Seasons. He's actually an annoying mini-boss. You can only hit him from the top of the bottom. He has decent damage, and if he hits you with his Will of Wind-Up punch attack, you'll be stunned, he'll do it again, and he'll hit you back to the entrance of the dungeon. So kill him quickly, because he is actually pretty annoying. Thankfully, 3 spin attacks is all you need to kill him with the level 2 sword. And with that, we get another fairy and the actual warp point, though it's kind of a useless warp point if you ask me. And going up here, by the way, that's why you need to hit that crystal switch now, so you can lower those blocks. And get the dungeon item. We've got the magic rod. Now we can burn things. Burn it. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Yeah, kind of an odd thing to reference that. Either way, the magic rod is similar to its cousin in Zelda 1. It shoots fire out. Except, it always shoots fire out instead of just doing damage then causing fire, or whatever the order was in Zelda 1. But with it, we can now just do the rest of the dungeon, actually. There's not much left, as you can plainly see by the timestamp, 6 minutes worth. And only about 6 rooms, which says we have a lot of revisiting to do, but we want to head down here first. And light these things that we could have seen before, but we couldn't get to until now, and get another small key. With that, we're actually going to cut back to here, using the Mambo's Mambo. And we want to head upstairs. Well, upstairs, quote-unquote. To this thing. These ice blocks can only be melted with the magic rod. And now begins the platforming challenge. From here on out, whenever you're in one of these stair sections, you're going to need to use the Rock's Feather and the magic rod in order to configure the ice blocks in such a way that you can move forwards. It's actually kind of annoying, but also kind of not. Hey, Cue Ball's back! Yeah, honestly strange amount of mini-boss refights. This isn't Mega Man, why is this happening? Ah well, Cue Ball is nothing too hard. Two spin attacks will take him out with the level 2 sword. Can you guess I love the level 2 sword? Because I love the level 2 sword. Quite a bit. And here is the most annoying one of these puzzles. Once you know the answer, it's nothing too bad, but trying to figure out the answer can be annoying. And plus, this thing isn't exactly 100% responsive with your D-pad. So if you're playing on this on an actual Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, or any of the actual Game Boys instead of my PS4 controller like I was, this can be very annoying. But for either way, for doing that last puzzle, we got the Nightmares key, so now we can head towards the boss. Who isn't terribly far away, but it's a minor trek. From this room where we headed up into the outside area before, we want to head south a couple screens to where we saw that was ammo refills. Gonna want to push one of these blocks down. And now we're back in this room. Told you we wouldn't say it again until right before the end of the dungeon. And now we're actually just north of the big lava room with the push block thing. Whatever it's called. We want to head south back into it. And as you can see in the bottom right, there is actually a passageway. We want to push this block down and then jump to the right. You can do this earlier, but it won't get you anywhere because you need the boss key in order to really do stuff over here. And by that I mean we want to jump up into here. And here's the big puzzle with the ice, with the magic rod. Honestly, nothing too bad. Just gotta do 2 little rooms like this and you're out and home free. The only really annoying part is that it's very possible in order to do this. But one thing you're supposed to be able to do here is hit this ice block right here with your magic rod and then fall into it. However, the timing isn't exactly 100% precise, so it can be somewhat annoying. Also, are these things out of Mario again, or are they ice climbers? They look like Mario or ice climbers appearances. Also, I had to cut there because I actually got a call. Weirdly enough, though, unlike the Facebook Messenger, which is very, very uncommon, I did not see that coming. Also makes me question who would call me on Facebook Messenger. And here we are at the boss room. Boss of Turtle Rock is Crackle-Foosh, you're finished. I'll never let you play the instruments of the sirens. Boss in this dungeon is Hothead. You're supposed to hit him with your magic rod and then hit him more with your magic rod. He is pathetically easy for a final dungeon boss. Though he does a decent amount of damage. Contact on his fire, I think, does a heart and a half for us, or 2 hearts. And I think without the blue clothing, it does like 2 hearts, so watch out. Really, though, he's nothing too bad. Just be good with your button mashing, and after enough hits, he'll go into phase 2, which is even easier. Now he won't even do that thing where he bounces around the walls. He just bounces up and down. Crackle, why did you come here? If it weren't for you, nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. Remember, you too are in the dream. I'm starting to think these guys are telling the truth and we're actually in a dream. But hey, final heart container, so now we're really 100%. Cool. And up here we get the final of the 8 instruments. We've got the Thunder Drum. Egg. The egg on the mountain calls. Well, that's interesting. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 15 of Link's Awakening, we'll be finishing off the game, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys then.